Hi, welcome to Aphasia Moments, a video podcast where we talk about life with aphasia, apraxia of speech, dysarthria, and alpha communication challenges. I'm your host, Cheryl Tondro, and I'm here to share my personal journey. I hope that what we are talking about inspires you, empowers you, and helps you feel less alone. Because I have these communication disorders, my speech can sometimes get hard to understand. I encourage you to use the closed captioning feature located right below this video, CC. Hopefully, it'll help you understand my words better. Let's dive into the topic for today. As you know, we've been talking about virtues and how these characteristics help us to grow, to help us to recover, and help us to live our very best life. Today's virtue is spiritual awareness. I realize this is a big topic and we only have like 10 or 15 minutes to talk about it, but I believe this is a real important aspect of how we get back to where we want to be and live authentically. For me, spiritual awareness is being in touch with our inner self or our soul. I've been trying to explain how I felt since the beginning. I think I've always felt like me, and I've always tried to explain that to other people. Although my capabilities, the way I can move or talk, do other things has changed, but I still feel like me. So I think about it as, what is the essence of me? What makes Cheryl Cheryl? What makes you you? And I think that by taking time to really reflect on how we can be our true self, it helps us to live our very, very best life, be the person we were meant to be. Spirituality can mean knowing that our lives have meaning, some significance. And I think that's really important to understand. I remember after you have a trauma like a stroke, that changes your whole world sometimes. That this significance is beyond what we do every day. It's doing things for the higher good of everybody, to do things for our spirit, to do things for the universe. Just my personal experience is like when I was in the hospital, not being able to utter a word or even a sound to tell people what I wanted. I don't remember a lot of words, but I do remember feeling peace. I felt that I was going to be okay no matter what. You would think that, well, because we have, when we have aphasia, we have all these words locked up in our brain, but we're not really able to access them in order to really process them, and then the next step is getting it out. So there's so much going on, but you would think that if I had all these prayers in my head that I could be able to say them and feel better. But I couldn't access any of the prayers. Even as I went to speech therapy, one of my goals was to be able to say my prayers again. And it was hard accessing those words itself themselves. I was able to do we can hum something that goes up and down. Like I could say, so, but I couldn't put the words to those. um, and even now, when I want to pray, I have to have complete silence. I have to calm my monkey brain because so much going on all the time. And I found a way to do it. Thank goodness. But it was hard. I think another thing I think about when we're talking about spiritual awareness is, when do you feel this awareness? When do you feel the enormity of being part of the world, being um, a vital part of this world? And long time ago, I heard Wayne Dyer do a short workshop, and I read a lot of his books, but the one book that really stands out to me is called Inspiration. So it's like when you're inspired to do something, when you're listening to your inner self, when you're called to do something, I believe that's when we feel spirituality. This is really personal for every single person. And I think most of us, after having a stroke, come to grips with our spirituality, um, our mortality. And if we do that, that's one part of making sure we're living a full life, I believe. So connecting to our purpose, why we're here, is one of the ways we can recover to have the wonderful life we want to do. And as far as inspiration is concerned, a lot of times I don't know how it comes. It's just like this thought comes in my head and say, I have to do this. So I feel this inspiration to do something. And I have felt that when I started my blog 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I felt the same thing when I started this podcast. I feel the same thing right now when I'm joining this book study group. No matter the obstacles, it seems like I feel like I have to do this. That's why I feel like I had to do this series of podcasts about the virtues, because I think they highlight our journey quite well, just how we use these virtues to help ourselves recover better. I hope that you'll be able to think about how inspiration has helped you, how spiritual awareness has richened your life after maybe the whole lot, the all your life, but especially after you had that trauma and with aphasia, because there's so much going on with aphasia. That's nice to know that we are still the unique, wonderful person we've always been. And it's nice to get in touch with that essence of you. And I believe that also helps us improve our self esteem. I really appreciate you listening to me this morning and hope it made sense and hope it inspires you to do more things and to maybe inspire you to do some things like this, to share your story. Because I believe that even though we all have different stories, some parts of our stories are similar or can help other people. Listening to us, our stories can help other people. So if you liked this podcast, I would appreciate if you like, share, or leave a message, comment below because um, especially leaving a comment would be really helpful so we can really share our journeys together. I thank you for watching. I hope that you joined us on our next episode. Bye for now.